Hello and welcome everybody to this week's episode of my podcast, The Executive Edge. Now, this is about skills in life and business. And today I have a really great guest. His name is Dr. Eric Plasker, and he is actually an expert in chiropractic medicine, but he's also an author, and he's here to tell us all about his really brilliant subject, which is the 100-year lifestyle. Eric, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, thank you, Sue. It's a pleasure to be with you. I love what you have in your background there, strengthening leadership from within. That is such a strong statement, and just honored to be with your audience.
Thank you so much, honestly. So please do tell everybody just a bit about you, because obviously I've done only the briefest of introductions. So tell us all about you, please.
Well, I am a practicing chiropractor for 35 years. I have helped thousands and thousands and thousands of people go from crisis care to lifestyle care and change their life. We've trained over 10,000 doctors around the country and around the world, mostly chiropractors, but in all fields. I have a couple of international best-selling books, The 100-Year Lifestyle, The 100-Year Lifestyle Workout, and The 100-Year Lifestyle Second Edition is going stronger than ever. We just released a new book during the pandemic. That's an ebook that anybody can get for free called Becoming a Least Vulnerable Person and Making Your Immune System Stronger. So we're excited about that. And we're very passionate about optimizing your health and longevity for 100 years and beyond.
I love that, and thank you. So just to clarify, in case anybody listening to this is probably just querying, are you saying that we can live to 100, or are you kind of trying to challenge people a bit and by saying to them, look, if you were to think about living to 100, what would you do differently? What do you feel is the premise behind the reason why you've called it this?
I love that. That's a great question, because here's the reality. Whether you like it or not, want to or not, you're probably going to live longer than you ever thought. People are living to 100. You could be in denial about it. This is somewhat of a free country these days and a free world these days. That's a topic for another day, but people are still living longer than ever. The 100-year-old people are healing from all kinds of conditions. They're living and getting together with families. Some of them are sick and suffering. Many of them are enjoying quality of life. And here's the reality. So none of them plan to live to 100, not one of them. And so this is an important statement. You and I and our listeners are the first generation in history that is getting that advance notice that whether we like it or not, want to or not, we will probably live longer than we ever thought. So the question is, how do we get there in style with health and vitality and energy and purpose and meaning and relationships, rather than rotting and deteriorating in our last decades of life, like many of this older generation today, who are deteriorating not because of their age, but because they were blindsided by this extended life. And a lot of times you'll hear people in the public, when they talk about this reality that 100-year-old people are one of the world's fastest growing groups, they'll say, oh, well, they're living on borrowed time. And that is completely not true. That is completely not true. This is birthright time. So the question is, how do we optimize that time and make the most of our life all along the way?